Howdy ho, my fuck bunnies. Guess what? It's time for issue number 25 of Spawn. Let's go. As you retards know, a lot of stuff has been going on in New York City. We got cyborgs, we got mobsters, we got gang wars, we got all the good shit going around, right? On top of that, we have Spawn, which they think is a metahuman, going around dealing justice. And you know what? At Viacom 6, we have the newscaster enjoying what Spawn's doing. He's all with them. And just when you thought the alleyways would get peaceful, another gang member shows up and starts threatening the homeless people. So he tells him that Spawn is acting like a big shot, but this guy thinks that his boss is more dangerous. You'll see why in a minute. But first, we have Terry in his thoughts, even dropping his wine glass because of how injured his hand is. He thinks about how dangerous and how powerful this man must be, because he was able to stop the mob, the CIA, all from coming after him. That's insane. Then these 2 feet appear, and they say, "Need help with that, handsome?" And it turns out it's Wanda Blake, there and ready to help him in any way she can. The gang member goes back, and we get a little backstory about who he was. His name was David Brewy. He was back in Vietnam, and he got shell-shocked. That's why he's so fucked up. He goes back to his boss, and we see him. This guy's name is Tremor. Look at this ugly fuck. After David reports his findings, Tremor is satisfied with it. Then Tremor thinks about his revenge that he wants to take on Tony Twist, so he starts acting like an ape on coke and freaking out and shit like that. Then his little gangster henchman there is like, "Boss, please relax." One of the homeless people in the alleyways then come up to Spawn while he's sitting on his throne thinking about his actions in his life, asking him for help once again. Spawn is getting sick of this shit, and he tells him that you guys are just lazy and you need to start solving your own problems. But then the homeless person replies with, "We didn't ask for this. They're looking for you, not us." Sam is having fun little banter with Twitch. Twitch is sarcastic, saying, "You must be in a good mood because of all these negative things that just happened." And he's like, "Am I getting warm, sir?" Then Sam states how he loves Twitch's sarcasm because that motherfucker is a sarcastic prick. Just kidding, I love Twitch, he's a great character. Anyway, but he's happy because he got the files on Chief Banks that could cripple him. Spawn's over here sitting on top of a church looking badass as always as his cape flows in the moonlight, thinking to himself how he's sick about all these people threatening his turf and threatening him, so he wants to deal with this motherfucker ASAP. Spawn's silhouette arrives outside of Tremor's window, so Tremor instantly grabs Spawn through the window and crushes the plywood that Spawn placed there as a decoy. Yeah, but that was pretty clever. Anyway, Spawn appears in front of Tremor, asking him why he's doing this shit, and Tremor just continues to threaten Spawn. Spawn thinks about his military training and chokes Tremor with his chains, using them as leverage to help himself flip over Tremor and then get on his back, holding him hostage and threatening to chop his head off with those chains next time. However, Tremor doesn't take this threat lightly as Spawn predicted, and Spawn was standing above a weak, cracked pile of plywood where he hit it with his cape. So when Tremor jumps at him, Spawn jumps out of the way and Tremor just falls straight through the ground. Really smart tactical thinking on Spawn's part there. Tremor's not finished yet, however. His cybernetic fist launches through the floorboards and then retracts back into his arm. Spawn is confused after Tremor mentions his vendetta against Tony Twist. The reason why is because Spawn could give a shit less what he does to Tony Twist. So Spawn asks him, "Then why are you doing this shit in my alleys asking for a turf war?" Tremor says it was all a diversion. He explains how Tony Twist threatened his family's lives, and in order to protect them, he decided to take Tony Twist's orders to become the perfect hitman, to fuse himself with cybernetics and flesh. But what happened when the chemicals were mixing is they imbalanced and mixed the wrong way, so that turned him into this monster that he is now. Tremor says that they actually slaughtered his whole family just because Tony Twist wanted to protect his ass. And Spawn, he empathizes with this because Spawn's a family man. So Spawn says, "I'll be back, give me an hour." he comes back with the files on Tony Twist to help Tremor get his vengeance. That was issue number 25 of Spawn. Like the video if you enjoyed the video. If you didn't enjoy the video and you disliked it, that really hurts, man. Come on. Why'd you do such a thing? I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.